My name is Udi Cohen. I'm from Tel Aviv, Israel.
Cohen will send it out to Swift. Crossing ball deflects, comes to Cohen. He settles once, gets the ball on his left foot, takes a shot, and he sneaks it in for a goal.
After high school, when you finish high school, you go straight to the military for 3 years for guys, 2 years for girls. And because I played soccer, I wanted, during the army, I wanted to keep playing soccer. So they try to help me and find a role that fits me and them. So they got me in intelligence. It was pretty good. In the beginning, they wanted me to be a driver. And I told them, I don't want to be a driver for 3 years, drive a car across the country. And so they put me as, I don't know the name of the role, but I was in charge of all the soldiers in the unit for assignments. If we needed someone to go guard a small town and cross next to the border, they called me and they're like, yeah, we need 2 guys, 1 girl. So I picked the guy and the girl, sent them over there for a week or 2. I feel like maybe first training, that's the big thing. You go and you take you go with your parents and your family and everything, and then they call up your name and you go on the bus, and I go on the bus and I see my dad's crying. I never seen my dad crying before, and I'm it's not like I'm going combat or something like that. I'll be home in a week. It was just a big shock to me to see my dad's crying. So I feel like that was a big part. Well, in Israel we have a lot of enemies. We're a small country and we're surrounded by a lot of enemies. So just growing up, for me, Muslims is my enemies. Like I said, from Israel, when you talk about Muslim, you don't think you're gonna be best friends with them. When I first came here, we had Omar Tall on the team, and we became best friends. And coach would always say, what are the chances of an Israeli guy and a Muslim sitting next to each other and being best friends? And we're still talking, and he's playing in Poland now, and we're still in touch. And my mom was always I can't believe you're best friend with a Muslim. I'm like, Mom, it's not the same. He's a guy, I'm a guy, and we like each other, so why not?
It's amazing because we're in a situation where we are a melting pot, and we've always been, and that's one of the best things about our country. And I said to Udi and to Omar at the time when it was Omar Tall, would you guys be friends if you weren't here? And they both were absolutely not. Just culturally wouldn't be accepted. So it bridges the gap. It shows that there are human sides of both sides, not just when you're hearing things about other people. It's now they actually get to interact and realize, hey, they're not bad guys. They're just like we are, kind of. And he had to learn to adapt to others, which has been, I think, a big part of the education for him outside of the classroom. He's a great soccer player, he's good in the classroom, but he had to learn, hey, other people think differently than I do, and he's done a great job. And he's, like I said, with the personality he has and being able to pull people together, he's adapted and made our team much better. But he's a very mature, he can analyze things very quickly. He thinks outside the box a little bit, maybe. And I guess, we're not in a situation as in America or in the States that we're sitting and we're worried about, we have bomb threats while we're sitting on beaches, or, we don't have to run and have a big dome over us that, intercepts, missiles and stuff. And that's everyday living in Israel. So it's just a different vibe to how he looks at things. And it really adds to our team. It adds also to the classroom. It adds to the campus as well. Around West Hartford, we have a big, Jewish population, and he fits right in. He found, a lot of things to do, in the community, which is great. But he also, the teachers have really enjoyed him. The professors have enjoyed him because he's bright, but he also just thinks differently than maybe the kid sitting next to him who is from Hartford or Glastonbury, Connecticut, or from New York for that matter. So it just adds some different flavor and different feel to the campus.
Every time I talk to my friends from home, they're like, oh my God, how do you have a 3.6 GPA? We're here struggling and you studying English and you get a good grade. I'm like, yeah, I like that. I like being one of the smart guys on the team. I like having a good GPA, and my family is proud of me, so that's good. Since my freshman year, there's a Chabad house right 5 minutes away from campus, and I go there every Friday, and me and the rabbi are really close. And my freshman, sophomore year, he was a mentor for me. I was there every week talking to him about different things in life. And it's very it's one of the biggest things for me to go there and being able to talk to him every week. Yeah, because it's something that keeps me with my family too, because my family is away. Like this is something like we talk like during like Friday nights. It's a big, like everyone goes to the synagogue, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Chabad, so like we talk about that. Like, so it's a big thing for me being able to keep my tradition going.
But the one thing we saw right away was that he was a mature guy, that very energetic, and people were just drawn to him. You know, he had a personality that just, you know, was in a fun way that people wanted to be around him. So it was really good for our team at that time. And then obviously as the season went, and then when he did get cleared and get on the field, it was something that we were able to, you know, really draw on. And he was just kind of a leader right from the beginning when he got here.
I always wanted to come here because like I was born in LA, so I have a U.S. citizenship. So right after the Army, I'm like, I want to try to do something with my life. So I tried to move to Dallas, and I didn't know if I wanted to try to find a job or try to play soccer. So I was literally traveling and like trying to figure out what I want to do in my life. And I'm happy that I decided to come to Hartford. Yep, keep playing soccer, man. You know, if everything goes right, I think I'll be able to play somewhere. If not here, maybe Israel or somewhere in Europe. Like, I'm happy to have the marketing degree for after I'm graduating.